All right, everybody, welcome to our podcast. This is Ready.
Aim.
F.I.R.E.
My name's Alec,
My name is James.
And I'm Jacob.
and this is a podcast about financial readiness and financial freedom. Jacob, we're going to go ahead and start out with what does Ready, Aim, Fire actually mean?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Alec. Ready, aim, fire. Ready has to do with grounding yourself, mentally preparing, and totally embodying the mindset that has to do with fire and kind of preparing for it. Aim is actually literally setting your long-term and short-term goals so that we have our target. And then fire has two meanings. It's both executing the plan of attack and achieving FIRE, which is financial independence, retire early, for those who don't know what FIRE stands for.
All right, well, to get started today, we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves. Let's start with James.
So we're just gonna do introductions about ourselves for our first episode. We already told you what we're gonna have to be talking about, and to also indulge on top of that, we're gonna try to get creative with these episodes. It's not gonna be all primarily finances. I mean, that's the main goal, but we're also gonna incorporate some different things or discussions or topics that may appear later on in the future as well. Maybe even do some military TED talk. I don't know.
Thank you for your service.
A good thing. But pretty much here. So my name is James. A recent, really recent. So as of yesterday, finished my last assignment for school.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm graduating with a criminal justice major and a business minor. A little bit about me. So I'm in the military, Marine Corps Reserves. I'm a combat engineer. Been in for 4 years.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Thank you. Currently in the I.R.E. just because of some stuff that's going on with my unit. They currently disbanded, so kind of just chilling right now. And as far as work, I've pretty much worked my whole life as these boys as well. I'm currently working on base, and I'm doing an intern still for operational excellence management. And hopefully that takes off here pretty soon. And then as far as hobbies, Jacob here actually got me into playing rugby, which got me introduced to Alec, and that's how we all pretty much got along. They've been friends since freaking birth.
Yeah, right out the womb.
Straight out the womb.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right out the womb,
And then I came along around junior year of high school, and that's how I got introduced to both of these boys, and then pretty much went on from there. But other than that, I'm excited to see where my intern takes me. Should be starting probably in July. I've already got word about that. Hopefully here soon. That's pretty much about it.
Nice.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about myself. I've just graduated, let's say, 2 semesters ago with my bachelor's.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
in psychology and criminal justice. I was a double major with honors and thesis, and I am working currently toward a graduate degree in psychology, general psychology, and I am a team leader with the Tennessee Army National Guard, and that has been a main resource for me getting through school, specifically not only getting federal assistance for school, but also, excuse me, for getting state as well. I met these guys, like James said, from rugby, and Jacob from the womb, straight out the womb.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as like my finances go and everything, we are just really broke college students who read a few books and who have taken on this challenge and this lifestyle of FIRE. And so, what motivates me with this podcast is by doing this, we're not only keeping and holding ourselves accountable with our finances, but we're hopefully will motivate others and into doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're talking about that. Keeping each other accountable, because it's definitely a process. It's not, the whole point of FIRE is that it is a mathematically reproducible way of achieving, getting to that number, your financial goal, where you can do what you want to do with your life, and you can go where you want and live how you want, basically, without the fear of being held down to your 9 to 5 and your boss controlling your schedule.
Yeah, the financial freedom.
Yeah, I can talk about my life a little bit now too as well. I actually graduated 2018, so a few years ago now, with associate's degree as a physical therapist assistant, and I've been working for almost 3 years now in that field, and I really love it. I did recently go back to school though. What are you guys laughing at?
He was trying to open up. So Alec over here was trying to open up a beer.
Trying to open the can away from the mic.
It sounded like he sharded himself. Okay, well, it was wet.
We'll get a little ASMR for you there.
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. No, where was I? Physical therapist assistant. Basically, I've been working for a few years now, and the lifestyle inflation is really real. I started working, I started spending because I started making money, and I buy things, and strangely enough, my dad purchased me and my brothers the Simple Path to Wealth, the book written by J.L. Collins, the same year, I think. And so, once I started working and not doing school, I ended up reading that book because I was like, I've got a lot of free time now because I'm not studying anymore. And that really opened my eyes to, what I should be doing with my money, and, what the potential is with financial independence. I and many others consider J.L. Collins' book, The Simple Path to Wealth, to be the spark that kind of started FIRE. So I really, after reading that book, that's when I really got started on my finances, starting to take control of my savings, right, and my spending a little bit, and trying to build to the future that I'm trying to live.
All right. Well, just a little disclaimer for future episodes. This is an introduction, but we're not professionals. We don't have any degrees in businesses or anything
None whatsoever.
like that. So what you're seeing is just raw footage of college students and or graduated college students
drinking beer and talking about what we think is a good idea.
We're just testing the waters here, trying to see what works, what doesn't work, taking in advices from the big people that makes millions off of shows that they host, giving the same advice. And so you're looking at it from the little people here. And all of us comes from different backgrounds and different upbringings, financial statuses, and everyone also has different personal things that goes on in their life that will hinder your process in this FIRE process here. And you're going to see that from every single one of us. And so I've always been fairly well with my money. Now, as far as investments, you watch a lot of YouTube videos and you hear a lot of different people talking about investments, but it's very scary when you first look into it. It's very scary. But looking into this, we're going to try to keep each other motivated. We're going to learn from each other. And really, mainly, I'm going to be learning from them, too, because they're already ahead of me. Alex already been on this train 2 years ago.
About 2.5 years ago, I believe.
So we started around the same time.
Yeah.
Because I read the book and immediately gave it to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had started prior.
As far as investments, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had, So, because I remember him talking about it back when I think I was like a sophomore, junior-ish time about his investments with him and his, you were at that time you started your investments, right?
Yeah,
with Vanguard, because you kept talking about Vanguard multiple times.
I was big into S&P 500 before I read Simple Path to Wealth.
And so that's how that really got started, I think, is that he kept talking about it, that Jacob read the book and then passed it on to him, and then, then he passed it on to me. And So I'm kind of trailing behind. So if anything, it's kind of just like I could be the guinea pig. We're all three guinea pigs, but really it's just like I'm also here to learn as just as y'all, and really all of this is going to be a learning experience for all of us well as we go.
Yeah, I think that's a great segue into our outline where Alec was wanting to know what we were wanting to do with this channel. Mm-hmm. Why did we start it?
And that's exactly right, because all of us, we all come from different backgrounds, as we've already stated, and some of y'all who are watching know us personally, so y'all know our backgrounds, y'all know where we've been, y'all know what we've done. So a big portion of this channel is to kind of explore the realm of investments, honestly, and to do it in a smart,
maybe possibly a group chat, but then the idea kind of just got bigger into a YouTube channel. And I was like, hey, let's meet like weekly, like once a week on the group chat, and let's discuss like different things that we've heard through the news and media, through word of mouth, or whatever book you're reading. Like here, y'all check out this book or check out this investment, move your money here, blah 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 blah. But it kind of escalated into let's start a YouTube channel. Yeah. That's pretty much how this started. And it's primarily, for being 100% honest with you, it's really to keep the three of us in check. But why not record it so you can learn from our mistakes?
Yeah, and a big part of this channel too is going to be a lot of research that we're going to be doing on the side and bring it to this channel to discuss between the three of us and with you, specifically. Things off the top of my head like REITs or S&P 500, the VTSAX, some of the big index funds, and just as a disclaimer here, I don't think any of us really own any individual stocks. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think I do actually own a little bit of stock in Pepsi that my uncle got me, but I've never seen it.
Do you drink a lot of Pepsi?
No.
Are you drinking beer?
I do not drink.
Are you talking about just like one share, or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like a share.
I mean, I have a few. I don't have that many shares, but I have a few shares actually. In several different things. The biggest thing is Dogecoin right now.
Yeah,
if I even pronounce that right.
I think a lot of people have some like individual stock in something. Mm-hmm. I think there was a trend back, years ago when, maybe relatives would buy their offspring, like something that they thought was going to be a really good idea,
like bonds and such.
That way, like it could be a really cool thing in the future, but it usually doesn't end up being that great and returning that much of a percentage.
Yeah, so. I got some bonds that are pretty hefty. I got them from whatever were they? They were like 2000s, early 2000s, up to like 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. They're like $50 each, and I earned a whole lot of like $10 from all of them. $10.
Yeah,
it's 2020.
Well, hey, 2021. That's the first mistake you can learn from.
Well, that really that's the first mistake.
Don't buy bonds.
That's really the first mistake from our parents. That's really on their parents and grandparents. They're the ones who got it for us, or for him. Back in the day, it seemed like a really good idea.
None of this is on our parents or anything. What this channel is doing is just trying to look into our kind of like our journey ourselves. We want this podcast to be about our specific journey, our way through, and how we achieve financial independence specifically. As somebody who is a co-host for this channel, what can you expect from this podcast?
Well, I think we've already stated it several times. I
think we've said it enough times.
Yeah, come on, Alec.
So I do think we need to like make sure that we keep it pretty short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet. Because really, YouTube lengths, anyways, it can't be. I don't think any longer. Your average YouTube video can be any longer than like 12 minutes. I think so. It's gonna be short and sweet. We're not gonna keep it boring. It's not gonna be like death by PowerPoint or anything, or it's not going to be like a classroom thing. We want it to be fun, energetic, have some comedy with it as well being educational. Clearly, we're drinking beer. So it's going to be one of those kind of podcasts. Who knows? But And we don't know what beer we're drinking.
I don't know.
I
This was-
do. I know.
Well, he knows. We don't.
What did you?
I've got Ghost River Gold brewed here in the home state, Memphis, Tennessee. What's up?
One of my favorites.
We're drinking from the mystery
The
box.
mystery box. We don't know what this is. It was given by friends. This could be really
And
bad
they covered
for us.
up the label.
Yeah, the labels
It's okay.
don't match.
It's all right.
It tastes like nothing.
Fire is one of those things that, while there is a generic, mathematically reproducible way of getting to financial independence, there are so many different ways that people do it. There's so many different ways.
True.
Real estate, you've got stocks, you've got I think that's like supposed to be the big three, is like real estate, investing, and entrepreneurship. Are like the big three as far as getting to financial independence. And under those three categories, there's so many ways that you can get there.
And honestly, too, I think we've all, in our time of knowing each other and talking about finances, because honestly, in our generation, too, I feel like all three of us have been fairly well with money.
Fiscally responsible.
Like, very responsible with money compared to a lot of people that we personally know and seen, through their mistakes. But I think we've all talked about, especially myself, is about those three big investments. Like, I personally want to do entrepreneuring, a business in the future that I've been planning on. Everyone's always wants to invest
And there are
here and
benefits to
there.
all of them too.
Exactly, and real estate too.
Yeah.
Like, real estate, it can be a double-edged blade. But like, honestly, if you play your cards right, do your research enough, learn more about it, and learn from people who's done it, learn their mistakes. I mean, at all three, like, that can benefit really tremendously.
So thank you everyone for tuning in to Ready Aim Fire.
Yeah.
We appreciate you tuning in, and we would like to see you in the comments section talking about things specifically that you would like us to look into.
Right. And we'll look into it for you.
Yeah.
Ask your questions,
And
share your experiences so that everybody can learn from them and we can elaborate on them.
And not only
that's
that,
the only way we get better.
Not only that, if we're saying something wrong, and if you know or you think we're wrong, please let us know, and we'll look into it. We'll talk about it in the next segment. But other than that, also, I just want to point out there, I have a Twitch channel. I want to have a link in the description. New upcoming streamer. So it's just something for fun on the side, whatever. But yeah, check me out. I'm trying to come up with a name, so maybe
check you out. We don't have a name yet.
So my name right now is just is J Yates. It's 680. I've had that very, very long time. Don't know how I came upon, but I need name suggestions. So
yeah, just
right
hit
now
us up
16 followers. So in 3 days,
we also need intro suggestions.
Intro. Yeah,
but it'll come together.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
We're here for one another, and we're here for y'all. Just let us know, and we'll look into it. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Until next time.